Yeah. Mm. What's up, online? I almost choked. I've been waiting all day to get to this segment. Sports Talk. Welcome to another edition of Sports Talk. Guys, let me tell y'all something, man. This past weekend, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of these games was straight straight garbage, straight trash. I mean, let's. How should I start this thing out? Because I don't know. How should I start it out? How should I begin, guys? How should I begin? Okay, first of all, Bills Dolphins game. Hot garbage, man. Hot garbage. The Bills laid an egg. The Bills just did not look like the Buffalo Bills. They look tired, they look fatigued. Yes, to win against a division foe, but guys, the game was lackluster. You went. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills went against the Miami Dolphins and a third-string quarterback. I watched this game. This game was, first of all, boring. Then, for the Bills to allow the Dolphins to even score 30-some points on you when the Dolphins had a quarterback that could not even throw the ball hardly 25 to 30 yards down the field. You have Waddle, you have Tyreek Hill, and you couldn't even get the ball to them. You got the ball to them in short passes. No explosive plays whatsoever on both sides of the field. You know, Bills. I just don't know if this is a preview. You're picked to go to the Super Bowl, and if this is a preview of how you're going to play in the Super Bowl or play the Bengals of all teams, which I'm going to get on their case in just a few seconds, then you guys are in trouble. KC looks like a juggernaut compared to you two, the Bengals and the Buffalo the Buffalo Bills, man. I'm telling you right now, Buffalo, you scared me a little bit. You scared me a whole lot. I didn't know if you had a game plan. You just out there. You think this is going to be an easy game, but this is a division rival. You're playing against one of your rivals that plays you tough every time, every season. And then two, you play this team twice during the year. Then to play them a third time in the playoffs is hard to beat a team twice or a total of 3 times or split in between. See, this is the playoffs. When you lose to this team now, you're going home. There's no more rematch, no more weeks you coming back to play this team. And to see this team hang in there with you, Buffalo Bills, see the Dolphins just hang in there, and you barely won the game by the skin of your teeth. It reminds me of how predictable the NFL is. You know, how predictable it really is. You know, certain things I question in this game, especially the turnovers, the interceptions from Josh Allen, the fumble, the easy hits, the all-sub Miami defense just came alive. And then you got an offense on the Miami Dolphins side of the ball that can't even move the ball down the field, can't even pass the ball down the field to your prolific receivers. And then the run game was not on, but somehow you scored 30-some points. Defense got a great defensive score, and all of a sudden, guess what? It's a game. No, it wasn't a game. Miami should have never scored. This should have been a blowout. It should have been a massacre. It should have been with Tua Tagovailoa out, with Teddy Bridgewater out. Regardless, he was active. He had a broken pinky finger on his throwing arm. You put the third string quarterback in, and he looked very unprepared. always pressured all the time. It was pressured. He couldn't even breathe. And all of a sudden, you're telling me, this is what you're telling me, that the Buffalo Bills, which is stacked on paper and on the field, and then you're playing at home, could not blow this team out. You could not make a statement against this team that's not fully 100%, a team that didn't have all their starters, a team that didn't have all their playmakers in hand, and you're telling me, well, the playmakers was there, but they wasn't utilized the way they was when Tua was behind center. So my question is this: what in the world, Buffalo? What you gonna do against the Bengals? What you gonna do this coming weekend? What you gonna do? Because if you play like that again, you're not going to play KC in the AFC Championship game. Because right now, KC looks like a juggernaut. KC looks like a team that's going to the Super Bowl. They're not like, oh my God, scary. But compared to how y'all played last weekend, you and the Bengals, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think KC's going to cruise in there. I still pick okay, how about this, guys? How about this? Let me calm down. Let me breathe. I still believe the winner of the Bills in Buffalo, or the Bills and the Bengals game, is going to be the one of the two teams that's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. I still believe that. But the way they played, because I ain't got on the Bengals yet, so I'm about to get on their case right after I get off the Bills case. But the Bengals and the Bills play, and this game was supposed to be played during the regular season to determine the number one seed. But hint, the powers that be, hint, the powers that be say, hey, let's give it to KC. Let's not play this game or replay that game. Let's just go to the playoffs and let them play the playoffs, which is, kind of suspect and shady. But guess what? I just do podcasts. I don't play football or orchestrate or do the shows. I just watch and criticize it. That's my job. So, and analyze it and let you know what I saw and see if you agree. If you don't, hey, it don't matter. We not gonna lose no sleep. But at the same time, Buffalo, Josh Allen, this is your year. If you could get it together and play championship football. The game, that little egg, that game that you played against the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins, was not championship football. It was a division rival. They always play tough. Man, they didn't play each other tough at all. It was like a playground, play school football, rack the man style game last weekend, and it wasn't even fun, man. Watching that game, like, oh my goodness, Bills, are you serious? But they won. They're moving on. The Dolphins going to the house. So, to the Bills, please pick up your pace, your scheme, and play some championship football, because you got the Bengals coming in, and the Bengals with Joe Burrow, which I think is one of the hottest young quarterbacks in the game right now, is coming, and he's coming with an agenda, with vengeance on his mind. I lost the Super Bowl to a sorry Rams team. Now I got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl, but I have to get through these teams, the Bills and the Chiefs. So it's going to be fun. I think the top teams that are supposed to be there are there, and we're going to see who's going to be the elite, who's going to represent the AFC. I believe it's going to be, like I said, between the Bills and the Bengals. And remember, during that game, before Damar Hamlin went down with cardiac arrest, before he went down, the Bengals was leading that game 7-3. So, and they was in Buffalo. Now, we got to go back. No, was it Buffalo or was it Cincinnati? I think it was in Cincinnati. Regardless, wherever they were, now the Bengals going to Buffalo. And so, two cold weather teams, now they're going there. It should be a good game, should be a good matchup. But at the same time, the winner of that game is going to represent, to me, the AFC in the Super Bowl. KC has a good chance of doing it, but if Patrick Mahomes gets MVP, he ain't going to the Super Bowl. It's not going to happen because the last MVP quarterback that won MVP during the season and won a Super Bowl the same year was Aaron Rodgers in 2010, and has not been a quarterback since then that got MVP during the season and won the Super Bowl in the same year. But we'll get to that later on. So I got on the Bills case because it was a terrible, trash game. It was trash. It was trash. I'm attacking the AFC first. That's what the games I watched first was the AFC. It was trash, Bills. Get it together. Pick it up. All right? Pick it up. Now, let's get to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and let's get to the Chargers. It was great to see Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs. It was great to see the Jacksonville Jaguars on a winning streak. It's great to see them actually looking like a football team again. So, to go against Justin Herbert and the Chargers, I'm thinking the Chargers was going to show out. This is Justin Herbert's first playoff appearance. The young man could throw the ball and sling it, and his IQ is off the charts. I'm thinking that, man, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, head-to-head, this is going to be a game to remember, which it was. A lot of turnovers from Trevor Lawrence's side, 4 interceptions. But at the same time, they still won the game. I thought the Chargers were going to come up and show out. You got Bosa back. You got Mac Tack on the other side too as well. I mean, you got your receivers back in Allen. You got your tight end. You got your running back. I'm thinking Justin Herbert is going to light it up. And I knew the Jacksonville Jaguars was going to give a game because it's how they play in the last bit of the season. They came on strong and they got into the playoffs and they won their division. But to see them and the Chargers go head to head, I like, okay, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great matchup. And it was. It was a decent game. It wasn't a terrible game. It was a decent game. At the end, Jacksonville won by the hair of the chin too. Excuse me. But, they played the Chiefs now. The Jacksonville goes to play Kansas City. Am I expecting Jacksonville to go in Kansas City and pull up an upset? No. This is Patrick Mahomes at home in the playoffs. The new face of the NFL. I ain't getting the NFC side yet. Tom Brady is going to the house as well. But Patrick Mahomes is in the playoffs. He's the new $500 million man, over a $250 million man. So 10 years for KC. It's his time to shine. It's his time to get his second ring. The way it looks and the way that the Bills and the Bengals showed me kind of didn't convince me they were ready to go against them. Now I see that KC is primed to go to the AFC Championship game. Now I'm gonna say this. The time I have a neutral site for the AFC Championship game, if KC is the winner. So they're gonna have a neutral site versus going to Arrowhead, which I think that's great to give both teams advantage and the balance and say, hey, this is unfair, that unfair, the snow, the weather, and all that. No, it's a mutual ground. So do I expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to go in there and just light it up and give KC a fight? Well, it's the playoffs, so I'm gonna say yeah. You make it to the second round. Don't go in there and be a dud. Don't be one of those dud teams, regardless of powers that be. You're gonna let you go in there and just get smashed around. But please play. I hope that the refs and the powers that be let them play, so we can see their worth. Let them play. Let them play. I'm about to stutter. He says, I'm about to stutter, guys. Let them play, guys. Let them play. It's playoffs time. Playoffs? Yes, it's playoffs. Let the teams play. Let the teams be who they are. Let them play the game. Refs, stop helping them out. Stop helping them win. Stop helping them move the ball when clearly they're not moving the ball. Their game plan sucks. Let these teams play. Do I see Jacksonville going in and pulling an upset with KC? No, I do not. Am I hoping for that? Yes, because I got all the games right this past weekend. So guess what? I'm hoping I'm getting it right this weekend too as well. So KC, Jacksonville, should be an interesting game. I hope Jacksonville come and show up and actually play and give them a scare. That's why, at least give me that. If you're not gonna win and the powers be gonna let you win, at least give me that. If it's not gonna be an upset, at least give me something I can go, okay, Jacksonville played. Jacksonville came in and gave KC, a run for their money. You get what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. I'm working on that, guys. So now let's get to the Bengals. The Bengals and the Ravens. Another division rival that played twice this year. Now you're playing them 3 times in the playoffs. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same year. Now let's go back to what the Bengals did. Last year they beat KC, this year they beat KC. They beat KC 3 times in 1 year. So you're like, wow. So now they have opportunity to do it again. It'll be the 4th time they play KC in 1 year. In a little stretch between the games last year, last season to now. So the Bengals scared me to a point that they looked fatigued playing against the Ravens. The Ravens on the road, and the Ravens, with Hurley back there, he was doing his thing, guys. It reminded me a little of Lamar Jackson. You can tell they talk and they mentor one another. Or Lamar mentors him. He played a little bit like Lamar. Eyes kind of itchy. So to watch him do his thing, guys, I was like, okay, he's really doing something. And so to see that one play for them to lose the game by, to be the changing factor, because the Bengals wasn't doing anything, just moving first down here, converting third down here, running the ball yards here, but they wasn't lighting up the field. The Ravens were. The Ravens clearly was the better team this past weekend. The better team. They was clearly the better team, and the better team lost. So that one play that Hurley's trying to stretch over the pylon, to the goal line, and then gets fumbled. He clearly didn't get over, and they showed it multiple times, different angles, and I have to respect it. Yeah, conspiracy theory here, such thing with conspiracy theory, but theory is conspiracy or not. But anyway, no, he didn't get over the line, so it was a fumble, and Cincinnati, all of a sudden Cincinnati ran it all the way back and scored, and that was the deciding factor of the game. So Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, it kind of scared me too. They didn't show me football caliber, regardless of playing a division rival. But at the same time, guys, come on. The Ravens should have won that game, and I'm going to say that. The Ravens should have won that game. The Ravens should have won that game. The Ravens should have won that game. But Cincinnati ended up winning the game. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to play against Buffalo. I don't know how that match is going to play out now, because both teams did not look good. Both teams did not show that they're ready for the Super Bowl. They're ready to make a run. They escaped by the hair of the chin. They look like they're playing flag football versus real professional football. That's just me. But now that they're playing against the Bills, we really can't even call it a rematch, because no one was the victor of the first meeting. So this is like a continuation of the game they're supposed to play during the regular season. Now, guess what? Who's the favorite? Who's the underdog in that matchup? I don't know who's the underdog in that matchup. Both teams are good. Both teams have, actually beyond, they're great. But are they going to play great? Are they going to give us a preview of who could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl? Because I want someone they're going to be on par with to go against KC if and when, or if they do beat Jacksonville. I just want to see someone that can match up with them head-to-head, toe-to-toe, and move on to the big dance. Both teams can do it, but both teams are playing each other. So now you're going to eliminate one at the equation, and the other one has to move forward. So if I pick and choose of the 3 that might go home this weekend, I'm going to have to say the Bills might be going to the house. I'm just saying the Bills might be going to the house. I don't think the Bills have enough gas right now. They're fatigued looking. They don't look like they're healthy. I think, but they look healthy. They got healthy players, but they don't look healthy. They look fatigued, man. But it's hard to play nonstop, continue with a bye in the playoffs. I think Josh Allen and them going home. I don't think it's their year. I think it's the Bengals going back to the Super Bowl. And I could be wrong. It's just my perspective of everything. But at the same time, I think that the Bengals are going to beat the Bills, and that's that. But they got to show up and play. I could be wrong. Josh Allen and Joe Burrow is going to be a game to go down for the ages. I believe they're going to give a great game. I believe it's going to be a stellar game. And I think, but at the end, I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are going to pull it off with Chase and Boyd and all the trimmings of the teams. I think the defense and offense is going to step up, and they're going to shocking all the Bills, and the Bills are going to come up short, and that's going to be it. The game might be decided by a field goal or less. I think it'll be decided by a field goal, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a great game. I think the two best teams in the AFC is playing each other, and it's going to be a great game. But I think the Bengals are going to pull it off. But we'll see. I could be wrong. Now, the NFC side. Let's talk about some things. Okay. The Giants in Minnesota. Remember, I said that the Minnesota was favored to win, but I want the Giants to win that game on the last Sports Talk last week. Guess what? It came true. The Giants won, and they beat them real convincingly. So Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, they showed up. Great complementary tandem that they became. Daniel Jones has now, they gave him a nickname, and now that he's now that he's got out of Eli Manning's shadow. That's why I say he's finally arrived. He's now not like, hey, he's the greatest quarterback. No, he's molding to himself. His coming out party was this year, and he did a great job. The coach did a great job. They had a great game plan against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings did not show up. They tried to play, but they did not play the game. And then the Giants came, and Daniels became a running back, quarterback running back. He used his legs to beat them. Then when he was tired with his legs, he used his arm. And then when he was tired of doing things, he gave it to Barkley. Then Barkley took the reins, and Barkley looks great. Barkley looks fresh. Welcome back. I said Geno Smith was the comeback player of the year. I think it's going to be Saquon Barkley going to be the comeback player of the year because he's in the playoffs. He's shining out. He's shining in the light. Geno Smith did great in his playoff debut, but at the same time, he came up short. But I tell you right now, the Giants are surprising me. I'm not overlooking them. I'm not picking them to go in the NFC side. But right now, never know. They could shock and awe the world. Now they playing the Eagles, and now they playing a division foe. So those games are always tight. And so I think the Eagles got the upper hand over the Giants during the season. They played twice. Now it's the third time meeting. I think it's going to be a different story this time around. I think the Giants is going to come and they're going to upset the Eagles. Yes, I said it. The New York Giants is going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia come this weekend. The Giants are going to move on to the NFC Championship game. The New York Giants. And that's all I got to say about that. The Eagles got a bye week. I don't know how they practice. I don't know what they've been doing. But right now, Jalen Hurts, I hope his show is great to play. But we're going to see. Hope they got no rust. But I'm going to tell you something. The Giants, they showed out. Now they about to do some things. So I think the Giants are going to beat them in Philadelphia. I think the Giants are going to come in and they're going to shock and upset the Eagles. That's what I said. I'm not taking it back. Moving on. Now the next games. The 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. That was a great game. I'm going to tell you why it's a great game because both teams fought. The score don't really tell you the story because the score, you're like, oh, man. When you see the score, you're like, oh, man, the 49ers just stumped the Seahawks. No, they didn't. It was a good game. 49ers played. It was a good game, but the Seahawks was in it. They could have did some things, but they came up short. Geno Smith, like I said, one of my comeback players of the year candidates, and he showed why. He came back with a mindset to play football. He's a different player, different quarterback, and his skill set has been unleashed. He looks different. He don't look the same Geno Smith that came in the league many years ago. He came in. This Geno Smith is mature. He's poised, but he just came up short against the 49ers. And now Brock Purdy, the rookie or third string quarterback, if he's a rookie or not, It's yet to be known. I think he started before, but the thing is, with the 49ers, a game or two didn't win. But look what he's doing now. He's replacing Jimmy G, Trey Lance, was supposed to be in the future. I don't know now. I think Brock Purdy is going to be the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers from now and beyond. I think Jimmy G's done. He's gone, or he'll be a backup. With knowing him, he's not going to be a backup. Our team going to go after him and get him. Trey Lance really ain't showed nothing yet. He showed some promise. But now, from his injury, we'll see if he's going to be a backup or he's going to be a third string or he's going to be on somebody else's team next year too. I think Brock Purdy is doing things great. The rookie quarterback I'm calling him a rookie, but he won his first playoff game. He's not a rookie no more. He's coming into his own as well. And the weapons that he's got. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel. You got, Kittle. You got the offensive line. You got a defense line that is sick. The defense is sick. And I'm telling you right now, 49ers are the scariest team on the NFC side. And they show why their picks are favorites to move forward in the NFC Championship game. But however, they're going against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I said the Dallas Cowboys, if they play championship caliber football, that they're going to represent or try to represent. But I said they will be in the Super Bowl if they play the way they play. I watched this game Monday night. Kudos to the Cowboys. They won what they supposed to have done against a lesser team in the Bucs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Tom Brady and the Buccaneers didn't do nothing. They were just on the field. Tom Brady passes mostly was in the dirt, guys. He couldn't hit a receiver. And I'm like, what in the world? He act like he didn't want to be there. You have a playoff game at your home. You're hosting a away team in Dallas Cowboys that you beat already beginning of the season. You show flashes of offensive power when you beat Carolina, which should have been there, should have been division champs. Get off my soapbox. But you represent the NFC South. And this is what we get. This is what we witness. This, as supporters and NFC South fans, seeing Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks to play the game, one of them. He's one of the greatest. He's not the, but he's one of the greatest. I ain't call him no GOAT. He's one of the greatest to ever play the game. To play potentially his last game in the NFL like this. No hope, no inspiration, no inspiration, nothing. It was trash, guys. It was hot garbage. That game was garbage. He was throwing that game and people like, oh my God, Dallas Cowboys all over. No, Dallas Cowboys was not on all over. Dallas Cowboys was not all over. Dallas Cowboys was just given what they was given because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't even show up. They didn't show up at all. They were just on the field. It was a tragedy. It was embarrassing. And then to see Tom Brady play like that, passes in the ground, interception, like he was throwing to the Cowboys. Told you, man. Look, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm just letting you guys know that game. Yes, congratulations to Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys for touchdown passes. 300 some change yard, 400 some change yard passing, something like that. Could be wrong, maybe 300, 400 yards, but it was a high percentage. Congratulations, Cowboy Nation, because I was glad that you got on Stephen A. Smith. It was okay. I'm glad that you had some fuel to go against this guy, but it's not over yet. Okay, he thinks he's going to lose against the 49ers. So I'm going to say this. And I said it last sports talk. I'm going to say it this one too. The winner of the Cowboys and 49ers game is going to be the team that represents the NFC in the Super Bowl. I said it, and I'm not taking it back. Just like I said, the Bengals and the Bills, the winners of that game are going to represent the AFC. I said the winners of the 49ers and the Cowboys is going to represent the NFC. The Giants gonna do great things. The Eagles not going that far that people think they're going. They're just a hype team. And I'm telling you right now, the winner between the Cowboys and the 49ers, whoever wins that game is going to represent the NFC, the Super Bowl. Mark my words. So the bottom line is, these games didn't live up to the hype. Only 2 or 3 did. The rest of them was garbage, trash. So hoping this weekend, and I have training this weekend. Yay. Hoping this weekend will be better. Hoping this weekend will be a better fit for the teams, the games, so they can show off and do great things and do better things. Because I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you right now, if these games are trash, people are going to be mad. Not the teams, not the people that the teams are winning. I'm talking about if it's not competitive, if it's not fair or balanced, you can tell it's rigged. That's basically what I'm trying to say to you guys. So let's go into the score predictions. Who's going to win? Eagles, Giants. I picked the Giants to win. I really do. I think the Giants are going to go upset the Eagles, but I could be wrong. The Eagles have been off for a bye. They have some rest, and that's a positive. And then the negative, they have to be rusty. They be slow to get off the gate and score stuff. So I'm just going to say the Giants will go in and get revenge. I think they lost twice to the Eagles, or somehow they split in the season. But I think playing a team 3 times is hard. And then the way the Giants are playing and their game plan and how strong they look, the Giants and the 49ers had the better games this past weekend. The Giants and the 49ers had a better game. They look better. They look strong. They look confident. They look like championship teams. So I think the Giants are going to Philadelphia and pull up an upset. That score is going to be 34-32 Giants. The 49ers and the Cowboys, I'm going to say this. It's going to be 48-35. And I don't know who's going to have it. I don't know who's who. Because I don't know who's going to win. I mean, that's going to. I want to see that matchup. So the score is going to be 48-35. It's going to be a high scoring game. I guarantee you. It's going to be a high scoring game in California. And so I believe it's going to be 48-35. I don't know who's going to be on the winner side because these teams, these teams going to show in and show out. So I don't know who's going to have 48. I don't know who has 35. But I just know the winners of this game, the 49ers and the Cowboys, are going to represent the Super Bowl, the NFC of the Super Bowl. So there you have it, man. The bottom line: these games got to be better. These games got to be better, and these games hopefully are better this weekend. So there you have it. The bottom line: let them play. Wild card weekend in the books, and hope we don't see no more lackluster games this weekend. Because I'm telling you right now, these games is terrible, and how the teams win like they did last weekend, I probably don't watch. I probably watch no more games and just watch the Super Bowl when it comes out. But all right, guys. Enough of my soapbox. This has been Sports Talk. I'm glad that you guys came in and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the segment. Leave likes, subscribe, man. Comments below. You tell me what you think of what I just said about your favorite team, what team you support, or a team that you're a fan of. I don't care. I'm just looking at it because my team I support, they're at the house, so I can say what I want. So as a sports fan, so I'm just gonna say this. You leave your comments below. Let me know your perspective of last weekend and what your predictions and what you expect for this weekend coming up in NFL football. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. This has been The Bottom Line. The bottom line is this weekend division round should be better than last weekend. And the bottom line is if it ain't, sue the NFL because we don't need to see lackluster games like that no more, okay? I think it's rigged. Yes, I think all the games are rigged. All sports are rigged. And I'm not going to take it back. Why do you watch it? Because I have to. Because I'm a supporter of the game. Football is my favorite sport. Well, all right, guys. You guys be blessed. Have a blessed day, a blessed week, man. I'll see you next segment, man. Next episode. This is The Bottom Line. I am LJ. Bottom liners, stay up, stay hot. And guess what? Ha ha ha. Stay warm because it's still cold out there. Enjoy your time with your families. Peace. This is the bottom line. Salute. Ow!
The Bottom Line, weekdays on LDB TV. Presented by LDB Media Corp.